Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Play Football Manager 2016 with Liverpool, and here we are now, the 2nd of February 2021. I've given a little bit more gameplay this time through the months of December and January. I decided to do this because of the transfer window, because it wouldn't make much sense to do a live commentary smack bang in the middle of January, just in case we signed anyone on deadline day or anything. So let's get into that. You can see the league. We're currently 9 points clear of Norwich. I don't even know. Their goal difference is +6. That's hilarious. But yeah, I don't get it. But they've beaten some teams. They've beaten Man United. They even beat us. They beat Chelsea. So, fair play to them. The second place, it's still really tight. Sort of, even Chelsea aren't. I mean, they're out of the title race, but you know they could easily get second. I mean, as long as we don't fuck it up, then we're fine. But it's 6 points between sixth and second. So. Plenty to do there, but as long as we don't screw it up, then I think we should be okay from now on. Right, so players who have gone. So there's only been one major deal, and that is Kenneth, I think it's Paul or Pal. I'm not quite sure how you say it. Basically, when I came in, his his morale was down. He was unhappy. He didn't want to be here, and he was never really fit enough. Even the reserves didn't play him, so I really didn't know what to do with him. And at no point was I ever confident in actually playing him. So I just thought, sod it, let's just move him on, get him to Gladbach. So he went on the 1st of January, and I've brought in, that's the only one by the way, I've brought in Bilal Old Sheik from AC Milan for £13.5 million. He just wasn't playing. Simple as that, really. He, as you can see, he played 7 games, 3 or 5, I guess, if you count the sub appearances in the league. So, yeah, that's what happened there. So they made that tidy profit on him. I think £13.5 million is decent considering how young he is and his potential and his current ability. So that gives us a good option on the right-hand side, potentially on the left as well. Let me just see, can he play? Yeah, he can in fact play anywhere in midfield. He can even play up front if you really need him to. So, added bonus of versatility. Now, we're going to go over these. I'm going to try and be a little bit quicker than normal. I'm not going to show you every goal, as this video will be about 30 minutes long. I don't think people really want that. So last time we played, we saw each other, was the Everton game, Rui Pedro scoring the winner. 0-0 against Swansea. This was a little bit disappointing. I didn't actually make any subs. I think, if I recall, there were not many highlights. Just have a look here, or at least in the second half there weren't. Yeah, there was this one here. There was one that, yeah, we put the pressure on and things, but it was like, these weren't particularly big highlights. But Swansea are one of these really annoying players. They've got, good annoying teams because they've got good players. You know, they've got Ricardo van Rijn, they've got Matuidi, they've got Walcott, obviously he's a bit older now. Walcott, Sigurdsson, Kakuta, Musa Sissoko, so even Lascelles, yeah, really decent players that can cause you problems. So a 0-0 wasn't the end of the world there, but probably should have won. West Ham, Henderson and Martinez scoring this time. Brentford 2-1. Tizar scoring twice. Unfortunately, Joe Gomez put through his own net, but he's a little bit unlucky. Lazar, unfortunately, got injured at this point as well. He was out for about 3 weeks. He's just come back into the team now. Then we played Bournemouth 3 times in a row. Please tell me we don't have to play them again. I don't think we do, thank you. Oh yeah, we played them first game of the season, didn't we? So we got the, let's see, so we got the draw, we got a draw, a win and a defeat. So it's all rounded there. 1-1 in the cup. I played a rotated team here, and Alex Song came in, was captain for some reason. He was garbage. And I played Rondon, who really has fallen away. He just isn't doing it for me at the moment. He's been injured a bit as well, but as you can see, I rotated the team. You know, the likes of Czerny, who's come in now, who you'll see a little bit more of. Yes, he scored a goal, but he wasn't great. I have to say, the 8.2 is generous, and he is one of these players who will do absolutely nothing for a game and then just pop up in like the 90th minute and score a goal. So he's one of those. I played Gomez, Kyle Walker-Peters, who's going to replace Lazar for these next batch of games. And yeah, Czerny, who's going to be playing up front. I made a promise to him to play him more, and to be fair, he does score, but his all-round play isn't particularly great. We did get the win, though, in the game that mattered, and that is in the league. As you can see, he scored again alongside Tizard. And then we played the replay at Dean Court here. Pjanic and Czerny. So Czerny is getting goals, as I say. But Moussa friggin' Bailey, who I sold, as you may recall, if you have got a good memory, to Bournemouth at the start of the season because I didn't think I could find a spot for him. and he's actually got 11 goals this year. He's actually kind of a good player. I never realised how good he was. I just want to show you Pjanic's goal because this is an absolute belter. Check this one out. He leathers it. Coming up now. Bang! Look at that. Broke the back of the net nearly. So, yeah, 3-2. Unfortunately, we're out of both cup competitions at the first hurdle, which is not good. But the league is what we want, as we say in the opening press conferences. That's what the fans want. Unfortunately, things got thrown from bad to worse as we lost to West Brom. This was very unfortunate. As you can see, the front line really letting us down today. Cherney and Tizard, look at that. We didn't have any clear-cut chances. Yesterday we had 4 on target. But, I mean, you look at this team. I mean, there's not a lot in them. I mean, there's Jack Cork, Ben Mee, Johnny Evans, Carl Jenkinson, Chesney in goal, Jesse Lingard. There's that Alexander Ring who keeps fucking following me. He played for Atalanta and played really well against me several times. Jordan Pickford's in there. So, yeah, not a particularly great team, but they got the win. We didn't get FM'd by any stretch of the imagination, but we certainly shouldn't have lost that. Happily, however, we have bounced back since. And Daniel Sturridge has got 2 in 2 as we beat Newcastle 2-0 with Kyle Walker-Peters also getting on the score sheet. It's really starting to come good now. And Tizard also scored the winner against City, or was it Sturridge? Yeah, it was Tizard who scored the winner. Raheem Sterling scored against us. So I think all 4 of the players are currently lining up in a queue to score against us, which is very nice indeed. Anyway, we're off to play Chelsea now. Interestingly, I just noticed most player of the matches goes to Jordan Henderson. I just had no idea. Didn't even know where that come from. We mustn't have too many. I suppose that means that more players are getting player of the matches. You know what I mean? Anyway, I'm waffling. Chelsea, who are still being managed, ironically enough, by Jose Mourinho, have a decent team, as you'll see them in a moment. I am just going to make one little change to the team here. I've set it out. However, I want to change one thing now. Lazar has come back. As you can see, his physical condition is not the best. However, neither is Walker-Peters, and frankly, for the sake of it, I'd rather play Lazar. Golden Eagle is not in good form, so actually, you know what, I'm going to play Saka instead of Golden Eagle. Martinez have made a promise to play, so because Cristante has actually done a decent job over the last few games, I've decided to play Martinez at centre-back, where he can actually play. So, there we go there. You've got Chambers, Martinez, Saka, Lazar, Cristante, Firmino, Henderson, Coutinho, Sturridge, and Tizard. We've got Cherney on the bench, we've got Pjanic on the bench, Old Sheik will be there ready to make his debut. I say let's go on with it. So this is Chelsea's team here. They've got, that's not Seydou, is it? No, it can't be. It's Balde Keita, of course it is. Seydou Keita must be about 40 on this now. They've still got Hazard, they've still got Oscar, they've still got Matic, they've still got Courtois. Christensen, who actually has got into the Chelsea team, I for ages and ages and ages thought this guy was an actual Gladbach player. No, he's not. He just so happens to play for Chelsea. Or, you know, he's a Chelsea player, just on loan at Gladbach. So, fair play to him for that. Who else have we got? Lucas, is that the Lucas who plays for, Atletico Madrid. £20 million. And Asensio. I feel like I know his name. Plays for York. Real Madrid have bought him. I don't know if that's actually occurred in real life, but Chelsea have splashed out £34.5 million for him and decided to play him 6 times in the opening season. That's always good, isn't it? Anyway, let's get on with the game. The absence of a Morata and Abubakar will hit Chelsea hard. Why do these players keep following me? The likes of Ring and bloody Abubakar. They keep following me from Italy to England. Stop it. So basically, Sturridge now is finally coming into some form. He is getting the goals. Now, he's got 2. I think a good target for him this year, therefore, will be 10 goals. Let's say 10 to 15 on the really, high target side. Oh my goodness, here they go straight away. Great save by Rui Patricio to deny Eden Hazard. Great stop. Oh dear, so they've started the better. I should say, actually, I haven't actually played Liverpool save for a little while. It's because I've been playing another save. I've got 2 other saves on the go. Lower league save, shall we say. Oh, lovely work from Daniel Sturridge, and that's a good save by Courtois. Basically, I've got... as you know, if you watch the first episode of Liverpool Save, you'll know that I talk about AFC Liverpool now. As of recording this video, that video has not gone up yet. So I decided, okay, I need to find a new team. So to try and have a go at a lower league level, because I really want to give it a go. I've been absolutely fascinated by grassroots football over the last few weeks. I always dismissed it, kind of in a joking manner. I was used to, on Twitter, if you ever follow me, and I'll always go, lower league peasants, what's this play like? As a joke, obviously. But but having seen Liverpool play, and the fact that, I went to Anfield in December. It was the first time I've been for about a year. I just can't go anymore due to location. It's not out the way or anything, but Anfield is not exactly easy to get to. Obviously, price is the main one. And just convenience. It's just easier to watch on the TV, which it just is. Either by internet or Sky. So that's 1-0. James Tizard with his 17th goal of the season, a belter ball from Callum Chambers, 1-0 Liverpool. But yeah, as I say, so we've got. So I was surprised by it all. It was good, Anfield, and I enjoyed going again. I've been many times, but one thing that struck me was how the atmosphere, and there was a genuine animosity between the fans, if you know what I mean. I should say the board and the fans. It's been settled now, but there was a period around the sort of December time. Daniel Sturridge should have scored there. When I think it was the board or some sort of safety issue with the flags. If you know, the COP has all the flags and everything, giant banners, everything like that. And for reasons I still don't quite understand, the board or someone of major representative of Liverpool said, right, there is now a safety hazard, or they're blocking the view of certain fans, and people have complained because people are jobsworths and that's what they do, and they just generally got fed up with the big banners and everything. So they said, right, no more banners. And as you know, Liverpool very vociferous in anything they do, Liverpool fans. So they got very upset by that and just sort of didn't bring any for a while, whilst the sort of fan groups sorted it out with Liverpool. And it just sort of, and the whole animosity and the fact that Liverpool weren't doing very well and all that type of thing. I'm just going to change Firmino here just to a wide playmaker very quickly. So start the second half. And I was around about that time that I started to look at, okay, let's have a look. And I suddenly started to take notice of AFC Liverpool. And I thought, that's interesting, that actually. And I started looking at YouTube videos of, obviously the main one, as everyone points to, is either AFC Wimbledon or FC United. It becomes very interesting. It does seem a lot more of a, I'm trying to think of a good word to describe it, more welcoming, shall we say. Oh, and how have we not scored there? How have we not scored? And that's what I'd say, that the whole idea of grassroots in the lower leagues does seem a lot more proper to me. Having actually looked at it now and realising how sort of disenfranchising Premier League football is, it just frustrates me, really. So I can completely see the appeal of grassroots football now, especially non-league. And Daniel Sturridge doing the most Daniel Sturridge thing ever. Classic Sturridge, that. He just holds onto the ball and shoots at a ridiculous angle. Nearly got a penalty. And Saka with a flick on. But I've not gone AFC Liverpool yet due to the reasons disclosed in the video in part 1. So I decided to find another team, and the best one I was able to find, I love this club. It's called Dulwich Hamlet. So it's a team in South London, in Dulwich, obviously Hamlet. I think in the area of Southwark, I think it's in London. And they just have a fantastic sort of quirkiness about them. They play in pink and blue. They play in, I think it's the Isthmian League, which I think is about a league one or two tiers below the National League North and South. Just going to make a substitution here real quick. And they just have this really nice quirkiness about them. And I looked them up, and even their fan base is really, really good. They're called the Rabble. And for a non-league, they make a hell of a lot of noise. Really a lot. They have pink, what they called smokes. They have pink smoke going off and everything, and it's just absolutely crazy. I just love. I had a real charm about them, so I thought I'll go with them. And one of the problems is at that level when playing on Football Manager is I just don't find it entertaining. I just can't stick with it. It doesn't help that my computer is kind of slow now. Well, it's not slow. It's still really good, my computer, but it is getting on about 3.5 years old. It is a Mac. And generally, after about 3 or 4 years, Apple products do tend to disintegrate very slowly. If anyone with an iPhone will most definitely know that. And it does tend to struggle to run the main game. It doesn't help, obviously. There's a lot of detail going on. You've got 10 leagues, I think, running or so, which I know is not difficult for a computer, really. It shouldn't be, but it's so slow and it's painful to watch. And the quality of oh, it's 2-0, Jordan Henderson. There we go, he's got 2 and 2. Or sorry, 2 and 3, I should say. That's 2-0 against Chelsea. So, and yeah, it's not, I just don't find entertaining. The quality of football on show in the lower leagues, on Football Manager that is, just isn't very good. I've played games on this Dulwich save where there is not a single highlight for the whole game. You know, apart from the kick-off, obviously. So that was immensely frustrating, and it was just, and trying to find players and all this type of thing, it's just not entertaining. And I play video games, let's be honest, it still is a video game. I know it's used by real clubs and everything like that, but it's still a video game. And I play it for entertainment. And if I'm not being entertained by it, then it's not doing a purpose. So why would I want to try? And it's not as if I haven't tried to play at this level before. I've played, I must be a combined, I'd say 5 or 6 seasons across maybe since FM13. I've played as AFC Liverpool on all the saves. I've played as Marine, my local team. I've played as, God, who else? Obviously Dulwich Hamlet now. I'm playing currently as well as Gretna 2008, talked about. So, you know, I've played a lot of seasons and I just can't do it. Anyway, that was such an innocuous win. That was unbelievable. 2-0 against Chelsea, who really aren't doing very well. I can't understand why. James Tizard now again getting into the top 3 goal scorers. He's just 1 behind Dybala, but he is 9 behind Anthony Martial, who I just can't believe. I mean, 1, Martial is at West Ham, and 2, he has 24 goals? I mean, where the hell has that come from? It's just, I mean, he had about... I think he had about 16 by November. He was just absolutely, or even October possibly, he was just absolutely on fire. In fact, I'll just show you this real quick, because I've never seen anything like this. I show you goal scorers here. So if we just go from the season here, look. Let's see, how many goals did he score? So he scored 4, all 4, against Stoke on the opening day. He scored 1 against Watford. He then scored 4 again against Southampton. He scored against Manchester United, and he scored against Udinese in the Europa League. Then went on a little bit of a drought. I say a little bit, I mean at the tiniest one possible. Scored against Arsenal, scored a winner. Scored a goal against Everton. Scored all 4 against Norwich. I mean, I've never seen... He hasn't actually... And then he went on a bit of a run. He scored against Brentford and Bournemouth. He scored 2 against Bournemouth. He's got a hat-trick against Stoke, despite being on the losing team. And he's recently scored against Chelsea. I mean, absolutely unbelievable. I've never seen a goal scoring run like that. I mean, even I talked about my top 10 regens from the other day. None of them ever did anything like that. Absolutely unbelievable. Anyway, moving on to, well, this is how we're doing. The league is here. 10 points now clear of Manchester City, who've moved into second. Norwich, I still can't believe they're up there. Derby, fair play to them as well, but it's really tight now. That may have just moved Chelsea out of the race for the top to finish second there. But you can see, second to fifth, there really is a tight run thing. Derby have a game in hand, as you can see. If they win that, they will go third. So, and they will be, in fact, they'll be joint second. So, lots and lots still happening. I think that game's either going to be against Fulham, West Ham or West Brom, so they've got a good chance, provided they don't run into Martial, of course. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I'll be back. I think we'll do the next video against Wolfsburg, the second leg against Wolfsburg. That's a good run, I think. So until then, thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.